Hey guys, welcome back to Astrological's Racing. Today we're going to be going over ground up build all over again. It was dreaded. I was really regretting having to set this thing all up over again, but with this whole move, it was what's best for my family. Ultimately, just for our future. So this whole rig is it's massive, as you guys know. It's very heavy. If you guys know, it is an advanced sim racing 3 rig. It's pretty heavy, but the aluminum profile does lighten up the load quite a bit. So I was able to leave most of it intact, which is good news. So I did leave like the rig itself intact, and then the monitors I did remove, but majority of it was pretty easy, pretty seamless. And to be completely honest with you, I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was, setting up. But during the process, I'm like, you know what, I can rebuild this to make it look and feel about 10 times better. Because previously, I'll be honest, like there was so many things that I wish I had done differently, and now I can implement, way I was positioning things now, kind of in a new manner. So I did kind of build back better. Catch that. Anyways, let's get into this build. Right, and welcome. We are in the new house. I'm currently setting up the office as we speak. Just put the new desk in. I think that's fitting pretty nice. And of course, I'll probably get to building this tomorrow, but I'm gonna document this journey. Most of this, I actually just went ahead and put straight into the moving truck. So everything that you see here was already built. I just picked it up and moved it with another guy. Triple stand was already built. I basically just wheeled it straight in here. But for now, we're gonna be setting up the studio station where I do majority of my video editing, workflow, photos, and everything of that nature. But I'm gonna be setting up the sound bar, the subwoofer next, the laptop, and then probably some more sound components. And if I have time, we'll go ahead and start getting the PC, the gaming PC set up onto this side. So looking forward to that. And here's close-ups. A lot of work to do. All right, and here we go. So welcome to the office. Very tiny right now because it's a little crammed. So here's the roof. I had it's a little banged up from the move, so I'll probably have to restructure a couple of the things, but this is the layout. As you guys can see, these go in behind the monitor. It builds it up about 14, I think it was 17 inches, so that it actually gives you ample headroom in behind the monitor there. So let's go ahead and put this on. These sit behind the monitors, like so. And then my rears, which I have, will basically hold these up. My Philips Hue lights will sit in behind here. 1, 2, and then 3. So I'll fit those down in there. I'm gonna redo a couple of these because tearing these out, it's a little messy, but we will get this thing in tip-top shape with the redesign. Okay. All right, and here we are. So just want to give you guys a little update of the process and progress of the rig at the new house. So it's kind of a mess right now, but I do want to show you guys. So I did previously build this, kind of just transferred this over. I'm gonna, tidy everything up again, make the edges look a little bit better, probably rebuild, restructure a lot of the roofing system here. Essentially, I'm going to be placing the Philips Hue lights back into their original spots. So I had pre-cut these into the headboard, the headliner, and I'm just going to insert and run the wires all over again. Another thing, you guys were pretty curious about is the actual net system. So pretty simple. So all I'm doing is attaching this so that when I move this seat, there is actually some give when I'm moving around in the rig, so that these race nets are kind of like moving around. Essentially zip ties. And let's kind of maneuver our way back into here. So I did cable manage quite a bit. I still keep going with that. It's never too bad to keep going with cable management, of course. So basically what we have here is the release where you have the buckle system, and I just zip tied this to the actual frame itself. Sturdy enough, right? And I'm going to be doing the opposite on the opposite side as well. So But yeah, this is it so far. RTX 3080 on an AMD 5800X, brand new AIO water-cooled system. I'm not seeing my system above like 68 degrees Celsius with this new cooler, so everything is running really good. I'm a little bit bigger of a case this time. I'm really excited about that. And yeah, so I'm gonna get the rest of this pretty much all tidied up, run the Philips Hue, and then I'll give you an update as soon as we're ready to move on to the next section. All right, now on the inside here, yeah, you can see it. I'm gonna make this attach. So what I like to do, and this is not the perfect way to doing things, so this is how I did it the other place. Connect, right? Now these are chain linked zip ties. It's gonna work, believe it or not. So what I'll do, at the very end, like so, make another chain, right? This, you guys, you know, it's, when you get creative with certain things, you know, your mind is the limit, you know, when you find certain ways on how to do certain things. The only thing that's limiting, like, some of your rigs, it's like the lack of creativity, right? So the more creative you are, the more realistic you guys can literally make it. It takes very little money to do certain things like this, right? So this is literally pennies, right? These little zip ties here, and then attaching this to the rig. I'd say probably the most expensive part, and I think a lot of you guys would agree, is the framing and the hardware itself, right? Everything outside of that is literally left up to your guys' limit to how creative you can be. So think of it this way: the more creative you are, you know, with your rigs and making it into an enjoyable experiment for everybody to see, right? So there's that. And then I just have to tighten up this bottom one, right? And then we basically have our net, just like so. As you can see, very simple process, very simple. So we're gonna keep moving here. All right, so here we go. Basically what we're doing here, here's the back of the chair. I'm gonna clean this thing up still. We'll get a final wipe down here towards the end. Like so, basically just run this through, zip tie, nice and tight, all the way back. So, grab my zip tie, basically just go around the loop up here and attach it to the actual seat. Hold that. This was a lot easier the first time. And then once you have it, tighten like that. Now you have a fully functional race net for both sides. All right, basically doing the Philips Hue. It's already super illuminated. So let's get the last one in. Okay, we got this in there. Now we have all of the Philips Hue lighting integrated into the roof. One thing I did want to point out to you guys is how I built this side floor. It's literally just two little side tables, PVC display, then onto the side, line that properly, and when you get inside of the pit over here, it gives it the illusion that this is actually all part of the actual flooring. Now we're going to black this out over here. Subwoofer in that corner. I'm gonna get some LEDs on the feet. Should be good to go. Just time consuming, man. Very time consuming. It's good to see you guys, and I do apologize, for that long period of time where I didn't upload for a while, but we are back, and I'm going to be more consistent with my YouTube channel, but rest assured, thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll see you guys soon.